Oh, goodness. Good morning, Gemini. Y'all are so messy. And I don't know where that came from. That just like, first and foremost, I've been sitting here waiting to get into y'all's reading because I was most prepared to be in y'all's reading out of all the three I've done this morning because, of course, you're last, so everything is done, right? So I'm sitting here ready to go on and I'm just waiting. And you were just sitting there, and it wasn't like this energy, but it's like you were watching, like gawking. Like, this, and I'm like, what are we watching? And you're like, shh. And I'm like, okay, let's watch. And it was just observing energy, just like observing, right? So I don't know what that's about, but nonetheless, we're here, Gemini, and I'll say this: you guys had the running title going on. I didn't want to keep the title that you guys had in the Generals hunting game because although there has, especially with this, how we were sitting there peeking, and that's maybe what was happening because I did have some people going out doing some, what is that called, gaming, hunting in the Generals. So I don't know if that's where I kind of budged in on you guys, and kind of peeked in. Well, not peeked in, but see what I'm saying? That spirit keep wanting to say peeking. So what we peeking at? So, um, I thought I could do much better than the hunting games for the generals, right? Because although there's people possibly just looking around, especially for those who are single, we're gonna talk to my couples and all those people, right? Um, but then who's really chasing who came up? And I'm like, oh, y'all can be very subliminal about how you chase too. So y'all are subliminal. Y'all could be very sneaky and cunning with it too. Very observing. You watch your prey before you pounce on it. And so it's like, oh, this what we doing? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So who's really chasing who? It creates a curiosity and it fits around like pursuing, being pursued, moving too fast, how I warned y'all in the generals, settling, manipulation, comfort versus complacency. But for some, very few, there was this energy of don't get chosen coming up. Um, the chase changes everything, but caught before you knew it. You thought you were in control, but who's picking who? This is not going to be the same storyline for everybody, okay? So, do you want to be chased? Do you want to even be caught? Okay? Are you doing the chasing? That's the one thing. So, that question kept repeating itself. Who's really chasing who? So y'all might be chasing each other, and that's why the fuck you fuckers go in a circle. You know how them mice be and don't even know it. You don't know you chasing them because both of y'all. Are you dating another Gemini? Oh, I have. Have I ever seen that before? Hmm. That would be interesting to. I'm trying to think if I ever seen that. It'd be some wild shit. A Gemini relationship. Oh my god. Nobody ever sits the fuck down. In the mind, in the body, y'all would have to have a big ass house because somebody thinks they're making the choice, somebody thinks they're in control, and spirit immediately challenged both of those. I was like, oh, so are you choosing or are you just excited to be chosen? Let's see what these cards say. Okay, now interesting. I do feel like there's a lot of dating energy around you guys for my couples and my singles though. All right. Um, For those who don't know me, good morning, Gemini. Welcome back to Goddess's Divine Reflections. I'm a Goddess of Divine Reflections. Spirit sets the agenda here. I don't force the messages or anything. I just follow them, flow with them, and give them to you as they're telling me to give them to you. Sometimes I feel not led to, and I pull back, but then they slap out of me. So listen, some things are not gonna always be peaches and cream. Some of the times it's gonna be hard to hear, but that's what we're here for. And like I always say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Today's reading is your August love reading. Whether you're single, dating, committed, separated, or simply trying to understand someone's energy and you're a cross watcher, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into these cards. Now, the first three cards I'm gonna pull is gonna be the past and present energy, past, present, and future energy for Gemini. And then these cards are gonna be the past, present, and future energy for the other person that's on your mind. Now, listen, I already see you guys got some blockages from your cards because I cleaned them up and I got some reversals, and I'm like, what? So, first, let's get into this oracle. Manifesting miracles when it comes to love. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Which one? The heart, not the head. All right? And you could get mixed up because you are a head mind person, Gemini. So, you may have a few suitors. You may. We'll see. But we're gonna make sure that even if it's more than one person, that could be the other. When we have these three cards, if we need to clarify, we will clarify. Now, in your past, we already have this energy of leader energy, ego, taking control, making bold decisions, very optimistic, very positive. But a ladies' man, taking your time and leading in love. So, Gemini, girl, guy, whatever, right? This could have been your energy where whether you were dating men or women, we're not strict on which it is, but you showed up as the leader when it came to relationships. You showed up as the one in control. You were making bold moves, bold decisions. You were very positive. But in the present, you've had some victories, some wins. And this is in so both of these cards of wands, the King of Wands and the Six of Wands, you've been working very hard. And I'm gonna tell you how this mixes up because we're not here for money, wealth, or career. That's next week. So for this to be all in the mix, there could be love around work. And I'm trying to remember who else had a big. I want to say if it isn't you, it's one of the signs before or after you we did in the generals, and it might be Taurus that came up with all this energy around work and love mixed up. It's not gonna be bad for everybody, but it ain't gonna be good either for everybody. So let's see how this plays out. Now, before I get to your future, because we got to sit on and you got to check out your generals. There's a lot of rewards coming for you in the month of August, and I think it's got a good connection with your love if it's coming up in your love reading. But you want to talk about success, you want to talk about truth and winning and coming out on top, recognition, leadership again, right? But this person you're dealing with, or this person that could be on your mind, significant, maybe you have your eye on that watching, maybe you're watching someone right now, right? You haven't made it into you guys are at first place or hit the ball or you done shot your shot, however y'all want to say it. But they have the Queen of Cups energy. And they're intuitive and they're sensitive, they're very feminine. So this is a great balance. Now, this is their past energy, not to say they're not still here, but you recognize them, I think, a while ago. You just didn't put effort in because you were worried about work, your actions when it comes to just what you're doing. The bold moves you were making, that was in the past. When it comes to this person, when it like you use how do you want to say it? Work is an excuse. I don't know. That's some I don't know if you've not had the opportunity to go out and do things or get into position with this person. But when it comes to couples, this is the problem. Work is getting in the middle. The business, the wins. You're not winning together. You're winning independently. Now, when it comes to this person, they have the Two of Wands backwards. Yes, there are some flip flop roles too. But when it comes to the Two of Wands, planning and decisions, they are contemplating a lot of things when it comes to work. So you guys probably work together or have a business together, or there's just this. Why are y'all trying to pull extra cards? You have choices, Gemini. And it could be two positive choices, too. I'm going to give it to you. Y'all just do too much sometimes. I swear to. All right. I think I should just clarify, but here's where interesting. All right, going forward, you have two possible prospects for my singles. For my couples, there is someone at work that's got your attention. You have someone at home. That's it. That's all. And then the second person, you okay, so there's the person you are with at home. In the past, there was a lot of contentment, there was a lot of joy, there was a lot of happiness. I don't know if this was a career change, career move, or promotion at work, but it's put you in position where you're around this other person and you're like, ooh, okay, typical Gemini, typical. But again, this could be take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The other person, someone's coming at you, and you're already taken. All right, they're watching you. They're contemplating every move. They probably put you in this position. Not too much. I don't mean like that. Like they, you know what I'm saying? But they are helping you to maintain this role or get into this role because maybe they have some kind of connections. Now, they are, when it comes to this past person, you are reevaluating things. Mm. Now, what make you question contentment and joy, Gemini? These are for my dating. I mean, this is for people who are coupled and are married, right? This is what the outcome says. Spiritual advising. Get counseling, get therapy. You ain't gotta go saying there's someone at work, babe. I want you to know about. Don't put something in his mind. Don't put something on her mind. But do you want to be that transparent? Maybe that's necessary. Let's go and look at their future, right? Well, that was their future. The person you're with. The spiritual advisement going forward is what could help this. Do you make this choice though? Your Let me go to the other person before I go to your choice. They have breakthrough and awareness. There's an ace of swords, there's clarity. They get guidance on the situation. They get their answer. Is it going to be something or is it not? Hmm, interesting. So let's see where they get it from. So your outcome is the Page of Pentacles. You're loyal. You're faithful. You're goal oriented. You're consistent. You're ambitious. You're diligent. You're a planner. You're young. You're dependable. You're grounded, and you are studious. And I'm proud of you because this says that my Gemini's for the collective have grown the fuck up. Okay, but I'm gonna talk to that bad side. Give me a moment. So manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow guidance. So it looks like what this is saying. You know that in the past you wouldn't have probably chose this for you. But you know in the past it's also fucked everything else up. And you finally come to your big grown self and understanding that I'm blessed, I'm content, I'm joyful. Reevaluating, no, we just need a little counseling, a little therapy, a little TLC. Get away from the job and let's go out and do what we need to do to stay loyal to one another, you know, strong and grounded, dependable, and you're gonna do it. Not everybody's not gonna make that choice. But this is also, like I said, that third party for someone, they get the clarity. Now, does that mix things up at the job? I don't think so if you do it the right way. You heard what I said? Heavy on you heard what I said. Now, that's for August, I mean September. And our career, money, and wealth. That if you don't do it the right way, nigga, which guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna start looking different in September when it comes to work, money, and wealth, or vice versa. Now I'm gonna talk to these bad because y'all know y'all always got them. That bad side, all right? Now, for this to turn sour and the person in the middle or the third wheel gets the clarity that it's positive for them, this will rather look like you did something in the present August, reevaluated some things because you stopped being content and joyful. Maybe you second guessed it, right? And but you recognized August, something made you recognize. Something made you tell your truth. Maybe it was just you. You were honest. You were saying, you know what? No, babe, listen. They got this bitch at work that's heavy on me. And maybe she started coming to the job. Hey, booby, here's your lunch. With her, yeah, Mrs. Parker, wench. Get off of this. We might not be married. We might not be whatever. But maybe that's what it's time for, Gemini. Give them that ring. So that's what their future looks like. That may be the next step with this if you're willing to commit and if you're willing to stay. Because you got people, and like we said in your generals, as we can see here in love, that's peeping and choosing you if you ain't going to choose them. You ain't got a ring on your finger. So they're going to keep on saying, are you taking? Is he taking care of you? So men are going to come and show up. You are a good prospect because one, you're winning on the job front, you're active, you got your body right. Listen, boo. And if you don't, you are getting there in the month of August collectively for the most part. But also, like I said, for those ones that's not doing what they need to do, this could turn sour where this person or the third wheel starts to get your attention. This reevaluation looks like potential. Pentacles is finances, energy. You're giving energy before you give actions, but you've already mentally checked out because you thought about it. Not checked out, but you know what I'm saying? That's the road it can go down. Now, do you do anything? You could. You definitely could. There's an option to do it. And but I do see this looks promising where I don't know if maybe the person you are loyal to or have been loyal to, maybe their spirit tells them and they do something to get your attention, make you check back in, make you say, "Hey, baby," or let's go do this. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. That wasn't supposed to be your closing. This one was, but y'all need more sex in y'all life. That's what it's saying. Y'all done stop doing it. Now, for my singles, in closing, as we pull your closing oracle, you have options for sure. You do. You have options. Like, I'm not shocked anyway. All right. Now, as far as the decision you make, I don't think you're gonna make it in August though. I think you're gonna, and if it's more than two, you're gonna narrow it the fuck down. All right. Interesting. But you do, I think, get guidance. You do get clarity for sure, and you're grounded when you do make the decision. That's where you want to be anyway. So maybe August is what gives you all of this: the grounding, the counseling, the therapy, the guidance, and the clarity on who is best for you. Now, if we had to this, I don't. Somebody saying, well, which one if you out of these two? That's that's that's. Look, we get two cards. Interesting. In closing, I would say you have really two great prospects. Prostitutes? No, prospects. Now, let me tell you signs because there is a Sag on this board. No, I'm sorry, Leo. Sag wanted to come up. Leo, Virgo, Pisces, or is that Scorpio? And Taurus. But out of these two men are women. You got an older one and you got one that might be younger. I'll say that. One more mature woman and one that's out here dating. So you have two. One is mature, just she's not with all the shits. And one is a lot younger, of course, and age differences between the two. And she has choices and options too. I mean, okay. So that's your closing message. I hope that you can take what you can from this and get the guidance you need. But I will say this, just like you're watching them, if that's you the one peeping and watching, they're watching you too. Okay? Just even with this one that's dating, even with this one that's, mature and doing her own thing, they're watching you. Right? I think they're watching both ways. But somebody is going to make the bad decision like usual, per usual, but there isn't a decision made in August. That's the good thing. So maybe you can kind of get guidance here, or hopefully you do get the guidance and clarity because moving forward, you do walk into this decision if it has to be one, whether this is you having to go into the next step of phase in this relationship, marriage, commitment, or make a decision of two people you're currently seeing or dating. All right. All right. So thank you for spending a little time with me today or this morning, Gemini. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I love hearing how these messages land and, fit into y'all's lives. We'll continue this love series throughout the week. So if you're dating someone else, make sure you watch their sign and cross watch, what's going on in their life. But we'll move on into money, career, and wealth next week. Before August is over, we'll circle back for any final spiritual messages that Spirit still wants us to hear. And if you're one of those signs, just stay tuned and keep your notifications on. But you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram at Goddess Divine Reflections. for shorter daily downloads and our behind the scene messages. Until next time, love and light. I see you guys in the next reflection and video.